Good morning, baby. Right on time. It's the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. Well, the Doug Rising Show. I'm Doug Rice. Oh, God. I can hear the horns. Hear them. How you doing? Wake up. How you doing? It's Doug. Doug Rice. How are you? Welcome. It's 12 noon. Can you believe it? 12 noon on a Sunday. 16th of April, 2023. And look at me. The Doug Rice Show. I'm just kidding. How we doing, folks? It's me. It's Doug Rice. I'm here. I am still observing the madness. Oh, the madness of it all. And that's what we do here on the Doug Rice Show. We report on the madness, on the mayhem, on the caucasity of it all. Dear God. It's coming at us at lightning speed. It's consuming some of us. Some of us are taken in by the caucasity. We are taken in, not to be released. Oh, the horror. But somehow I've evaded capture. And I know that you who tune in to see me evade capture as well. What the hell? But today we are going to trip the light fantastic on topics and subjects and things. We're going to see all that these things bring. So thank you for tuning in. It's 12:01, 16th, Sunday. I hope I caught some of you in church. I hope the alarm has gone off. I hope you feel a little vibration in your pocket or your purse so that you can get your goddamn asses out of church. What are you doing? Ain't nobody going to tell you nothing new. Ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing new about church, in church, while you sit in front of the pulpit and shit. And you know, the pastor only parlays what the massa allows him to say to those of the pasture. Anyway, hey, look. Don't go to church. Don't go to Baptist church. Don't replay the same old plantation play after day. Same old way that we say the same old stupid shit day after day. It's ridiculous. Sundays are a waste of time in most churches. They just regurgitate the same bullshit. It's just another form of caucasity delivered in a different fashion. All right. So how's everybody doing? Hope everybody good. Are you watching what's happening? Is the blondness, is the blonde leading the blonde not beyond anything that you may have guessed? I mean, seriously. I mean, they're getting vocal about their caucasity. They are serious about that fascism, man. The neo-Nazis want to make a second coming, and they are coming or running. Let me tell you. Dear God, with the orange menace all about. You're letting them scream and shout and Marjorie Taylor Greene taking a second, if you know what I mean, just spouting off the racist ideation in this racist goddamn nation. But that's why I'm here. I have one goal for Negro. One, only one. I simply want you to get that goddamn grin off your faces. Let me tell you, in public places it does not belong. You must stay strong. And whatever you do, don't bring them in with a goddamn grin. They don't mean you any well. They don't. I'll say it again. All right. How's everybody doing? Thanks for tuning in. Please like, subscribe. Katrina is here. She is keeping a firm grasp on folks who may get out of line. She will kick you out in a matter of time. I like the way that ended. All right, moving on. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell. I only said that because it's right there. What the hell? I don't know. But I do appreciate you tuning in. We're going to do this again and again until kingdom comes or until I'm undone. And we don't know what may come first. Who knows? All right. So you guys know how this rolls, right? I got 7 topics, always 7 topics. There they are right there. I don't know if you can see. And after we go over these set of them, itemized, thought through, just gripping pieces of information that I've prepared for you, we then will move to Negro news. Well, I'll give you the receipts, everything you need to get that grin off your Negro faces. And it has to go. It has to go. Let me tell you. So let me tell you, Negroes, look, if you don't think what's happening is not happening, if you don't think that what's going on isn't actually what's happening, I need you to focus on this. I need you to understand. As we open up this day's show, you need to understand, you need to know, this is not a game. I'll say it again. This is not a game. I don't know where some of your minds are at. I truly don't. I take exception to some of the conversations that I'm forced to have with some Negroes who take it upon themselves to think that this is a goddamned game. These folks are not playing. They are not fucking around. You hear what I'm saying? Now, all you need to do if you are a Negro is go back in time, go back in history, and any kind of falsehood or mystery that you have and what these people might do to you, Negro, you better understand they will do it to you. Yeah. Listen, this isn't a game. Read the rule book. The rule book in this whole endeavor clearly points out this ain't a game. Ain't that nothing? You better hear what I'm saying. Do you hear me, Negroes? And let me tell you something, we only get a glimpse of the rule book. Most of it is kept close to their vest, you know? And it's as serious as it gets for Negroes in this country. I need you to understand the tide is turning, the attitudes are churning. Minds are burning. These folks, they want to do harm to Negroes. And if left to their own devices, it will be not too long before we might be, gone. This is not a game. They are not playing. They have ill intent for Negroes. Let me say it again. For those of you in the back, maybe you can't hear that. They have ill intent for us, woke Negroes. Now, black people and African Americans probably don't have too much to worry about right now. It's only until after they've rounded us up, after they've chased us down, put us where they want us, then they will turn their attention to the forgotten few that they forgot to mention that may have to come where you and I are. And then we're going to have a goddamn station amongst the Negro nation. They are not playing a game. This is the same game that was played throughout history. They've never stopped playing. And the rules have never changed, ever. Now, they try to make you think that they want to change the rules, but the rules don't work in their advantage if they're changed to create an equal playing field. So this is not a game, folks. Again, read the room. You think this is normal, what we're seeing? I just posted a video of a woman checking out of Days Inn. This has been in the news just a few days ago. And a blonde demon from beneath the Caucasus Mountains, a descendant of those hybrid beings that we now must somehow suffer as we walk about this penal colony for Negroes, decides that this sister's Negro energy is just a little too much for her to bear. In and amongst the public, how dare she? So this self-absorbed Karen-esque type creature decides that she wants our sister to vacate the premises immediately. She's checking out. She don't care. Now, as she passes by the sister on the way out, after telling her that she needs to get out, she decides to let her mouth spit out spit right in the sister's direction. And let me tell you something, at that point, she needed some serious goddamn protection. These people ain't playing, they're telegraphing what they're saying. Next! All right, well, that's the opening. This is not a goddamn game. It's the reason I need so many of you to get that goddamn grin off your faces. Now, I challenge you, I know I'm drifting a little bit. Just try one day without a smile. Try that a while. Try it. See how you are received. As a Negro, you will not believe. You couldn't even conceive the way they treat you. It's going to be interesting. Just try it, 24 hours. Here we go. Next, woke Negroes won't prosper. You know, I ask that you support this effort. I don't expect much because we are all in the same situation. If you are woke, you are living from hand to mouth, week to week, day to day, moment to moment. And it is a struggle, even on your best days. That is a Negro existing in America. Now, woke Negroes won't prosper. They've got it in place. They've put every edifice needed to maintain strict control on who will ascend and who will fall. It's true. Awareness is the enemy. It's their enemy. I mean, think of it. All they have to do is look up a bit of a history on you and come to terms if you deserve any help, assistance, or anything that they have to offer. And what I'm talking about is those folks that are in those positions, those places of assistance, public places, you know, state jobs, state positions, and you know they may need you to identify who you are. They may need you to send identification. And think about this: from afar, they look at your face, your Negro face, and from that point starts whatever decision they make. Negroes will not prosper here. Woke Negroes will not prosper in this place. They're all on code against wokeness. Let me say that again. Look at Ron DeSantis. Look at the state of Florida, the state of confusion, the state of racist hatred. And you try to go to the state of Florida and act as if you have a little bit of consciousness and see how they treat you. I'm pretty sure it's awful. There's no getting ahead here. I accept the struggle. I would be suspicious of an easy path as a conscious Negro in this environment. And I want all of you to prepare for that struggle as we continue forth, as we barrel into prophecy, because it's going to get worse. They're going to close as many doors as they can on wokeness as doors are open to those who are not woke. And you'll see the divide. You'll see people will make strides. You'll understand. They'll make some compromise so they can get by. Don't you do it. Negroes who are woke won't prosper. Not here. I don't believe it's for us to make it here. They haven't built the rules that allow Negro ascension while the descendants of slaves. I don't think that's how they behave. I think instead they'd rather we be under their boot while they steal all the loot. Well, you understand. Woke Negroes in this position, in this station, if you are conscious, if you are openly open about being woke, if you are outspoken, well, just remember, they're going to respond. Next, I'm trying to be a little more cerebral. People have said that I'm getting a little too dull. Just sharpen this shit up a bit. Well, that's what I'm doing. 12/14 on the 16th of April. I'm Doug Rice. This is the Doug Rice Show. This is what you're looking at. A little background. 2021, January 6th, 2021, I got on TikTok, and I went insane for just a moment, for 24 hours. And I produced short after short after short as I watched Caucasity lose its mind and really not be held accountable even to this day. And I imagined what would occur had those been Negroes that made the stir. I often surmise in my mind the lives that so many Negroes would find extinguished on that day if they went that way. Yes, and since then, since January 6, 2021, I've made an effort to be here to show you the reason to get the grin off your face. If you don't understand, I talk about origins. How did you get here? Were you welcomed on these hallowed shores? Did they extend an open invitation to Negroes and invite them to come aboard and take advantage of the American experience? No, that's not what happened. And from that beginning, we land today. And so I say, walk about with that on your mind. Remember that they have it on theirs. Pay no attention to their monkey behinds or their idiotic, false, fake airs. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry. Next, some may wander yet. You know, there's been talk, I've heard it, Negroes are talking amongst themselves. Folks want to leave. They want to get out. I want to leave too. I want to get out. I don't know. Somebody got the idea that I didn't want to leave. No. I want to go. But I want to go under certain conditions. And I think those conditions may, in fact, mirror the conditions that we experienced during the first Exodus. You know, some may wander yet. I can't just get up and go. I mean, if I had a lot of money, well, who knows? But I can't at this point just leave. But there may be, and I conceive, a moment in time when they will be chasing our Negro behinds. And at that point, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go fast, slow, just in. I don't care. I'll leave from here to get to there. I'm not playing either. And it's my belief that we may be running from these folks before it's over, right here, wandering, trying to steer clear. Now, some of you may leave, and I say, bon voyage. For God's sake, go. It's in the mirage. The Exodus versus Exodus. Remember? There was a 40-year wandering about there in the wilderness without any, solid foundation, and then there was laid foundation in the Hebrew Israelite nation, right? Well, how do we know as those who flee and go, and again, nobody knows, but long as you go, how do we know we're not getting ahead of what's been said? How do we know? I just don't want to end up dead. But do what you feel you need to do as an independent, sentient Negro, please. Some may wander. I just have the nomadic preparedness, the forethought to be packed just in case they decide to knock on my door and tell me to come with them. Listen to me, folks. I'm not cooperating. I need you to understand this. Maybe you don't get what's going on. I advise some of you get with the goddamned program because they expect cooperation. And if you don't cooperate, as I intend not to, you can believe that they'll probably be knocking on your front door too. And so some may wander yet, right here in the United States. That's right, whatever. I just say, the chase has already started. I mean, they're already chasing us down, right? Are they not? Don't you feel slightly pursued? I mean, your thoughts, your ideations, the conclusions you've come to seem to be chasing us down now. They want to run us down ragged. Any thought, any different ideation, they just want to drag it, right? So they're already starting their pursuit. I'm already starting to feel their goddamned boot. So I say, some may wander yet. Flee whenever you're pursued. I don't give a damn where you are. If you're in the middle of your home, if you're in your home office and they begin to chase you, make sure you have a bag packed and a plan. Because I do believe that they're going to try to get every Negro man to man. I do. I think that's what it's going to come down to. And from that space, there's an exodus that might take place. Next. All right, there we go. That's what I mean. The cost of the kingdom. The cost of the kingdom. What's the kingdom cost? The kingdom of Almighty God. What does it cost? Everything you have. Everything. I mean, you think about getting a ticket, right? I mean, I don't know, lottery ticket, whatever ticket you can imagine, right? Any kind of ticket, right? And you're gonna cherish that opportunity, that chance. You're gonna possibly win. Well, there's a cost of entrance into the kingdom, and it's everything that you have. You have to be willing to walk away from all of it, to turn your back on the world entirely, to receive the kingdom. The cost of the kingdom is everything. Going against the tide, cost of the kingdom. Being looked upon, ridiculed. Oh yes, made fun of. All that good shit. If this is happening to you at the cost of the kingdom, then you're on the right path. It costs what you have. All rivals to the kingdom to be destroyed. That's a cost of the kingdom you can't avoid. Every kingdom that exists today will eventually have to go away. That's a cost of the kingdom of God. Are you prepared to look at it be paid? That's a good question. Cost of the kingdom. Do you have the fare? Do you have the price of admission? I mean, you gotta ante up without volition. You've got to get to it. You've got to prepare, because the cost of the kingdom is a mighty big fare. Leave me alone. Next, 12:22 in the afternoon. We're making good time, right? We're having fun, right? This is the show, right? I'm not programming. This is no program. I'm deprogramming, formatting, if you will. What I'm trying to do is aid you in recognizing we've all been programmed. We've all been programmed to see things a certain way. And you don't notice it unless you start looking at things a different way. And then the reaction of your reaction to that reaction is amazing. The astigmatism of anti-Semitism. Oh, we're going to hurt feelings right now. The astigmatism of anti-Semitism. Did you know that anti-Semitism has an astigmatism? It does. Astigmatism prevents light. It prevents a focus. There's a misshaping of how things are presented, how things are, askew. And their astigmatism protects the evil from being seen. Now I'm going to say it once and for all, because we know, we know who they take to jail when they talk about human organ trafficking. We see the photos, they talk about all the individuals, they list the titles of those who are not Negroes. And then the astigmatism of anti-Semitism reduces your ability to see that the child sex trafficking that's so prevalent throughout the nation. We pay no attention to the last names of those involved. We don't want to list the list that's been listed. Instead, they delist, and so we missed it, you know. I just noticed Reshaping is required. The reshaping of this thing called anti-Semitism. It has an astigmatism. There should be a corrective lens placed over what we see when we look at individuals who love to throw that at people who say something maybe not going their way. The cost of it all, the anti-Semitism, the astigmatism. Well, I tried my best with that one. Here's the deal. I don't want to get canceled. If I speak too plainly, believe me, that will be a chance I'd have to take. But when you talk to somebody about history, when you take a deep and honest look at the names and focus on the people that are in the positions that they are in, and then get labeled with anti-Semitism as a reaction, that, my friends, is the skewed light, refusing to focus on the facts. Now, there's a synagogue of Satan. That's just what God calls what we all know to be. And they're involved in some sinister shit and have been throughout history. And so there's an astigmatism to the anti-Semitism that I hear thrown about so casually. And I have no doubt that soon there will come a corrective lens to be applied. And then, well, we'll see who's telling the truth and who's lying. That ended well. Next! Oh, got out of that. That was a risky one. I don't know how that one played, but I hope you heard what I said. There we go. Next, the Anthem of Creation. Now listen, I've talked about this before. Shit's happening all around us. They're watching shit happen. Now, I play a game. I'm a gamer. I play a game called Anthem. Not too highly rated, but one I enjoy tremendously. And it took me a while to kind of associate what they were saying against the game I was playing. And let me just share this with you. There is an anthem of creation that we experience and exist within. They observe it. It's an amazing thing to observe. The vibration, resonance, and frequency all play a part in this anthem, in this unknown, unsung song that constantly vibrates into existence. Celestial and earthly events sing this anthem. Now look, folks, they're looking at what they say are black holes, now pointing in the direction of this planet, shooting something at it. I don't know how to explain it any differently. They're talking about pulses that create activities and responses, particularly to the sun that we all sit below and beneath. Has some people on the run. Some people even creating artificial suns to combat whatever is going on. The anthem of creation, everything speaks its tone. Skin tone, blood screams. So everything has a frequency, and that can be considered an anthem. Now, there's an intensity growing within this planet, deep within the planet. They're talking about a pole shift. They're talking about the sun doing a micronova, a burst, electromagnetics. They're talking about solar storms, doing large electromagnetic pulses that take out infrastructures. They're talking about these things in real time while they observe things happening as well. And it's my belief that they observe the anthem of creation. They are observing it. They're looking at it. And while we focus on all the things that are here to divide and take our attention from the kingdom announces its arrival. I'm going to leave it right there. All right. And last, I want to hit this one. This one's very interesting. The truth about the truth. Let me take a drink. Truth about the truth. I wrote this that we've come to conclusions that we believe in based on the available information that we have and our ability to use logic and reason. That's it. That's why I believe in what I believe. That doesn't mean I have the truth. The truth about the truth is that no one has the truth. I need this to be clear. People make these assertions on social media about different things that they've studied and now believe in. And if you push back on any particular topic, suddenly the challenge to what they've said comes to the fore, and now we're in a truth war. Well, let me say this again. No one has the truth. No one. The Creator would not trust men with the truth. You know, some of them think they have the truth, and look how they act. I've said it before, and then I was attacked. New books will be opened. We don't know shit. Gotta be joking. New books. New people will be created, new beings. We will be made whole. We'll be transformed. Nobody knows. So the assertion of things you've come to view as fact may not be fact, as a matter of fact. I'm just saying. We've got watered down versions of scriptures we've got added to. Our ability as Negroes is to divide the truth. But no one has absolute truth. No one knows for sure. I'm open to every possibility. You damn well better be too. You don't know what's happening. God wants it that way too. I think we're done with the topics. All right. Oh, struggle. It was a struggle, but we made it. Thank you so much. Now we're going to talk about some Negro news. We're going to talk about the topics that get the goddamn grin off your faces. Here we go. Let's get to it. Right to it. Here we go. Bam. First thing, Morgan Freeman opens up about race in a new interview, and he calls Black History Month is an insult. Black History Month is an insult. Okay. In a rare new interview with UK newspaper, the Sunday Times, Oscar winner Morgan Freeman explained why he objects to the term African American and why it's an insult to limit the teaching of Black History Month to just 1 month. Well, Morgan, somebody been sending Morgan my shit, right? Is that what's happening? Now he wants to get on board. Now he's enriched himself entertaining them. I think he started in the electric company, if everybody remembers public television, okay, PBS. And he spent years in film and stage, and he's made millions. And now he's got an attitude. Now he doesn't like Africa. Well, what changed? What's wrong? You see in the forest for the trees, Morgan? You played God just once too often. Next, all right, I'll stop picking on Morgan. I don't understand this. What do you mean? I moved to the U.S. from Kenya. Okay, welcome. I never realized I was Black until I had a son. What the hell are they telling them over in Kenya? What do you mean you didn't realize you were Black until you had a son? Because the son, I don't have to read it. I go in this blind. There's no preparation, so I don't even read it. What do you mean your son got pulled over, stopped? What, he got mistaken for a Negro? You, more likely a Hamite, never even knew. What? No, see, Black is that bullshit misnomer nonsense. See, if you're a Negro, you know what's up. If you're not, well, you got to find out. And this one found out. It's kind of interesting. You never knew? I'm going to just leave that. Why don't you go back to Kenya? See what happens now. I'll leave it alone. I'm sorry, folks. I'm a little, hey, it's the Doug Rice Show. You know what to expect. Boom! Minneapolis, Seattle, more Derek Chauvin lawsuits settled, for $8.9 million. Ex-cop kneeled on necks of 2 Black people in 2017. Wow. Wow. Two Black. So he's got a habit of kneeling. I mean, they just keep their knees on our necks, don't they? Figuratively and literally, right? I mean, this is what they do. I got to tell you, I never expect one to just, spit and not expect to be handled. That was a bit. If you saw the blonde chick that spit in the face of some sister, some hotel, and just got handled. I was just wondering, do you do shit and expect no punishment at all? He did. Moving on. Okay. I'll stop. Oh, really? Did not know this. Well, folks, did you hear about this one? I didn't know. What's going on here? Report finds democracy for Black Americans is under attack. Wait. Listen to me, folks. There's never There's never been democracy meant for Black folks in this country. For Negroes, no. I don't understand the reasoning to report that democracy for Black Americans that's always been the case. That's been the case since we got here. The democracy for us, just non-existent or under attack. So that's not really new news, but it's dated yesterday. Pleasant. Next. How we doing? Oh, look at this. So families of Black men killed by police call for change. There's a grieving sister, husband, family members of victims. Some of the highest profile incidents of Black men dying at the hands of police in New York Wednesday use the opportunity to legislation, and over, and nothing fucking happens, and the next one of us gets murdered by police who's just scared, who's trained to be aggressively fearful of Black men. And their first thought upon arriving on any scene involving any Negro of any is to go fucking violent and kill somebody if that's possible and they can get away with it. And this whole, let's call for, they're not going to change. Why do we keep doing that to ourselves? Now, when the next one of us gets murdered by police, we're going to just repeat this cycle of beg instead of simply recessing amongst ourselves if necessary, by ourselves if required, and stay to ourselves until the kingdom comes, because that's the only thing. See, here's the deal. They've armed themselves too much. They've gotten too Brody. They've gotten too brave. The white supremacy now has them by the fucking throat. Okay? They can't let go of themselves to save themselves. And so God Almighty has to come here and break them like a twig. And break them he will. I joke. Next, sorry, I go on tangents. You guys, what do you want me to do? What do we got here? Something doesn't want to show itself. Go away. My goodness, don't need to see that. Everything's changing. Oh, look at this. Students at Oregon middle school walk out after Black teachers placed on leave. A dance teacher, Damon Keller, and librarian Phyllis Harris, placed on leave due to a personal matter. Students flocked out of a Portland, Oregon middle school with hundreds of two Black families. So they were placed on administrative leave due to a personal matter. And the issues with administration go all the way back to their first year of consolidation with. So anything, I mean, who knows what the personal matter is? I don't know. But anything that we do is magnified. Anything that they do is reduced. Anything that we do is magnified. Let me tell you something. They had a guy spit on cops. They gave him 70 years. 70 years. And a white woman spit on a sister just 2 days ago, walking free. So anything that we do is magnified. Anything they do is reduced. They got the kid that just stole secrets and published them out. One of these social media preppers, they're already talking about his youth and his inexperience, and maybe he didn't have a top secret. I had a secret security clearance when I was 17. I still ain't told shit. So again, this is what we're facing. So who knows what their personal matter is? Probably something inappropriate, probably. But because they are Negroes, the very energy of our presence magnifies things in the minds of these individuals that surround us. Next. All right, let's keep going. I love this. What is this? This is what they love. George Washington Carver exemplified Black excellence despite suffering. This is what they love. Walter Sousa, really? I love to think of nature as an unlimited broadcasting stage which God speaks to us. So spiritual, yes, Mr. Carver. And they love us, accepting of their brutality. And they rise to the occasion to laud us when we rise despite their horrendous. Carver, good writer, former slave, saw, all their horror. They've interviewed former slaves. They have it back in the 40s, 50s, and the docile way with which they explain their history and their circumstances, you can imagine what they're trying to convey by being as tactful as possible, talking about these individuals that surround them today. How can any of us forget how we got here? Because they don't let us forget how we got here. Next. Oh yeah, it's the Doug Rice Show. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing up. It is Sunday. This is the Sunday Show. Like, subscribe, hit your notification bell if you like what you hear. Please comment in the comment section. Katrina is there. Back at it. I don't even care about Canada. Canada is warning Canadians about the United States if the election turns out to be one of the fascists or the Nazi. That's an interesting thing. This is interesting. When you sell our homes when you value our homes at reduced prices, strategies to stave off the racist application of our home's value. And so a Black family says that they whitewashed their homes to get a higher appraisal, and they're not the only ones. Very interesting, the renovations they made, but they also did other things. Family photos they replaced from black to white when people did walkthroughs. They made sure the decor matched the plain and usually dull decor enjoyed by those of us that, just kidding. All right, so yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? If you remember, $1 million house purchased, that $500,000 once they realized the owners were Black. That's what they do to us. There's no advantage to trying to get ahead here if you are a Negro. If you even walk about semi-conscious, it will have an effect on your day-to-day life. Here we go. Next. What is this? Build massive co-workers? Oh, really? So what they do? So I don't know. Wait. Michigan built massive co-working space for Blacks on 12-acre compound. Oh, okay. I'm not going to call that a prison. I won't call that a prison, but maybe I didn't mean to. Maybe I didn't mean to do that one. I don't know. This I thought was interesting. You might want to know this. Black women are tested more frequency. Black pregnant women are tested more frequently for drug use. Yes, and they're also treated more poorly than their white counterparts, thus having a much more likely losing the child. So on one end, when you go as a Negro female to a doctor, you're going to get tested for drugs because they just assume, we're all on drugs. I mean, we're all doing some kind of hard drugs. So let's assume Black women go to their pediatrician and they're going to get tested for drugs just for shits and giggles, just to make sure. You never know about, those Black folks. Yeah. Newsom. So I heard the news. I heard that the Senator Dianne Feinstein, marbles, she's gone, as are many. And Newsom says that he's going to support a Black woman to replace her as senator. Well, now, Kamala Harris, Newsom says, hey, Black woman for senator. Let me tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you about the pendulum. I've said it before. The pendulum swings. The attitudes of these beings around us are getting more and more tweaked at, more and more, it's like a raw nerve, and the things that we look to as progress are really a danger. They heap more coals on the heads of those who want so desperately that Negroes do and have nothing to say regarding this country and how it goes about its way. And so now this vow of having a Black senator replace Dianne Feinstein is just a threat, because you ain't seen nothing yet. They are primed and ready to do everything they can to reduce the Negroes in this land. I'm telling you this. They just haven't turned their total focus on us yet. But you can see it coming. Oh yeah, I bet. Next, that's right. Well, I'm trying. All right. I don't understand this. When did this happen? Serena Williams, she says that Black Maternal Health Week post reminds people that every mother deserves it. I don't understand this. We get everything, they use these celebrities to promote something that's on their agenda. And the awareness that you abuse Black women, Black men, Negroes in this country to the point that you have to have a mental health week. I mean, that you focus on the results of your horror and not the horrors themselves. It's almost like it's a business to keep Negroes placated within the freak show that they've prepared for us. It's an insult. Take the abuse and let us give you an award for how you withstand it all. And if you hate it just a little too much, then you're looked on as an angry Negro. Well, I'm angry. I'm angry. I just ain't doing nothing because we got God for that. Back to it. Oh my goodness. I love how they celebrate their abuse by giving you an award for withstanding it. And like years long, they love that shit. First Black this, first Black that. Why is it the first Black? Because us racist old fake motherfuckers would not permit you Negroes near us. But now we're gonna get our first one there. Should we celebrate together? All right, let's continue. Getting tired of this. Florida's upcoming 6-week abortion ban will disproportionately impact who? Who is it going to impact? What the fuck? Why? Let me ask you a question. Can we not have the chair by ourselves? Do we always have to make room for someone else? What the fuck is this about, man? Let me just ask how it will disproportionately impact Black women. I just want to know that. They're not Latino and Black. Listen, are the Latinos us? No. You shut the fuck up about it. Stop with the glom. What do we have in common? That you glom us to the point that if the 6-week abortion ban affects us, somehow it's going to affect Latinos too. How did we get grouped together? You hate us so fucking much. How come you're not saying something about this? Aren't you a bit tired of the whole Black and Latino? Aren't you showing largest growing neo-Nazis in the world? Mexico, Hispanics, largest GOP increase, Hispanics. They don't like Negroes. I don't understand this. Latinos and Black women. I'll stop. Fine, I'll stop. I can hear Katrina right now. This struck me as odd. Protesters demand return of Black couple's baby taken by Texas authorities after home birth. Home, you need to hear that. Did you see that? Now, they didn't go to hospital, that's all. And they took the child after they found out that she had the kid at home. Now, listen, folks. Happens in white households every day. Happens in the hills, Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, every goddamned day. No one's going to jail. No one's child being taken away. But not today. See, listen to what I'm saying now. They got something on about us. You know, they in their goddamn feelings about Negroes these days, aren't they? I mean, you can see it, can't you? All you got to do is just go around in their vicinity long enough. You see what I'm talking about? It's enough to get you a little bit excited, you know? All right. Next, I don't like people taking their kids. I don't like that shit. That pisses me off. I don't like that. Yeah. What is this? What is it? Black lives must matter to us. What? What are you talking about? Oh, another one. And again, 44 marriage vice president. Listen, they're not going. Black lives don't matter. What was the deal? If you even look like a Negro, it don't matter. You cannot exist as a Negro safely. Well, that's done. I mean, they're just going back to yesteryear. You know, if you can't keep this in your mental, 100 years ago, Yeah, 1923. They could kill a Negro, no problem. No judge, no arrest, no investigation. He looked at me wrong, he gone. So why are you so puzzled when they find it so easy to take a Negro life these days? Don't scream and shout, stay the fuck out of goddamn traffic. Stay out their orbit, stay out their face, stay out their conversation. Quit trying to be friendly. You feel friendly? How friendly do you feel? Okay, I'll stop. Let's continue the Doug Rice Show. I'm sorry. My God, what's this? I mean, it never stops. 2 Torrance officers indicted for the 2018 shooting death of black man with an air rifle. 2 Torrance police officers have been indicted over the 2018 fatal shooting of 23-year-old Christopher DeAndre Mitchell. More than 3 years after the district attorney's office initially declined to file charges against them, the indictment charges were issued Thursday as District Attorney George Gascon reopened the investigation after he took office. So, Negro life with a fucking air rifle. And, charges dropped, all's good. Now, they're going to go through the system, whatever. Let's see what happens. Still grinning? We're almost done. Don't worry, folks. I'm trying to time this perfectly. Supreme Court pauses over where do black women now stand? Here's my problem, folks. See, Supreme Court pauses abortion pill restrictions. Where do black women now stand? Well, Sujen Yongo Okochi, when you say black women, you mean Negroes. So stay in your goddamn lane. Yeah, I said it. Next, yeah, I said it. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Stop using the term black just to associate it with it. Listen, we owned the word. Now it's everybody's. Now everybody's black that has some, just, if it's African, you're black, right? Bullshit. Yeah, I went there. I don't care. Sunday. The Ebony Alert. I've said this. Have you heard about this? Do you like this? The Ebony Alert? I don't need an Ebony Alert. Here's the deal. And Shay said it. Shay said it real good. The alert for white women is called the news. The alert for white children is called the news. It's called your everyday broadcast on any local news and nationally, usually. But when one of us goes missing, they got to come up with some kind of special alert. And I'm not talking about that Amber Alert. Amber Alert was just an addition to the news. But now we need an Ebony Alert because when one of us goes missing, nobody gives a fuck. And they're having a rash of missing black women throughout this country. They're looking for that HELOC gene. Next. All right. LA County Sheriff's Department reviewed use of force in TikTok video showing black man's arrest. If you have to review the video, there was too much use of force. Right? If you got to review, that answers the goddamn question. Why are we even talking about cops' interactions with black men anymore? There should no longer be a conversation. We know what to expect when we come upon a police officer, usually something that might mean the cost of our lives. That's all. It's something that we accept now. It's something we damn near expect now. And that's a hell of a way to live. Still grinning? Next, we're almost done. Relax, folks. We ain't picking linen. What is this? If they don't choose to confirm black women, which seems to be a trend, DC Mayor defends rehiring former embattled agents. Man, it's a war. It's a war. It's an openly declared war against negotiation, against any connection you have with the truth about them or your circumstances, and it's game over. So let the games begin, right? Oh, what do we got here? Oh, I don't care about Utah. And we're done. All right, folks, that's it. All right. Hey, right on time. I think I started an hour ago. I do appreciate you tuning in. I hope I have not bored you. Today, you need to share this. Share this, like, subscribe, all of those things. Please feel free to give to our friendly and all those different things. I'm not begging per se. I'm just putting it out there. All right, it's 12:54, 16th still. I'm Doug Rice. I do appreciate you showing up. I'm gonna take off. Got shit to do, things to say, things to write. And I'm just gonna go about my day. Say good night. Wait, one thing. We're about to get into the summer months, a lot of stuff happening politically, a lot of stuff happening with Trump. I see a lot of stuff happening all over. And, every day you go out in public, you show that Negro face in all these places. You don't know what to expect. I say it's best to be on guard. Don't be an open book. Don't lead with a smile. Wait a while. See how things progress. See if you like them more, maybe you like them less. But all I'm saying to you folks, if you go out there this week, listen, before you decide to grin and cheese and may I please and on your knees and try to appease, I just want you to consider all that we've gone over just today. Just let it run through your Negro mental. See if you can find a way, if you can. Do me a favor. Get that goddamned grin off your faces. Appreciate that, folks. I'm leaving now. See you out there.